After the election, where them do, was too wait for the change. All the promise when they make, they don't be like say happy. Where the money, where the food, everybody money. Since you know the tears of pain, we don't tire to complain. I see the part where you be good. That's what Nigeria into do. 97% to 5%. I'll be not like president. Nigeria with sentiment. Take your office to revenge. Oh, yeah, I'm worried. We did beg you. Nigeria no go back for your head. Yes, sir. After the election, when they do, still they wait to see the change. All the promise when they make, they be like say na fake you. Where the money, where the food, Nigeria people want it. Since you don't let tears of pain, we're not tired to complain. I'll be burning for the youth. Insecurity going through. Inflation don't hit the roof.
Yeah, no, they said the truth. Alexa, turn it down to 0. Thank you. Yeah, good morning, good afternoon, and then good evening from wherever you are watching from, or for whatever time you are watching this video. So this is Maiyegun live. So I've got a sort of an update, which is also a good news to start with today. Before we go into the business of the day, we just want to laugh at them. Okay, for those who have read the caption of the broadcast, we just want to laugh at them because we know that majority of them in Nigeria believe that it is either APC or PDP. If it's not APC, it must be PDP. This is like more or less like the general belief among those who are supporting their oppressors in Nigeria. But we'll come to that. I've got an update for you. I put up a post earlier today where I asked that you should help me get the contact of Mrs. Idakpani, the wife of the Corporal Martin Idakpani, the soldier that released a video condemning the chief of staff, Nigerian Army, Yusuf Buratai, the butcher. So he was later arrested, and then even his wife was arrested, and we decided to raise funds for them on this platform. So good enough, we have finally made a contact, not with the wife yet, but with their lawyer. You know, the husband is still very much in detention. He's still being locked up by the DSS or whoever is keeping him right now due to that video. So there is a legal team that is handling his case, and they have managed to secure the release of the wife. So they are working on securing the release of the husband too. And then, they are doing that. But from us on Maiyegun's Diary Politico, we decided to raise a token to support them, and GoFundMe raised objection because the beneficiaries are in Nigeria and the fundraiser, the campaigner, is based in Glasgow. That is myself. So they needed a concrete evidence that, number one, the people we are raising the money for, right, will get the money. Number two, that they too will have the official details, their official details. Then number three, they want to know how are they going to get the money from which bank to which bank, and if it's going to be bank transfer and the rest of that. These are internal review they are doing right now, and simply because the money is going to Nigeria. But good enough, I have managed to get in touch with the lawyer to the family. So the lawyer to the family, who understand the legal implication of all of this, has replied to my message. And according to him, he's currently busy, just coming out of court, but he's going to chase it up. It will get us Mrs. Idapani, and I'll speak with her, and then we'll make an arrangement on how we will, get their donation to them. And as usual, yours truly will keep you, up to date on this as well. Okay, so let us move on now to the business of the day. I'm going to start. You see the drama that is cooking now. Nigerians can complain, Nigerians can lament, they can tell you, they can agree with you that their leaders are criminals. They can agree with you that they needed to stop their leaders and all of that. But that is all they have to say. But the moment their election kicks in, it doesn't matter, even if it's local government election, their brains, their minds are automatically reformatted back to the position their leaders have placed them. Okay? So until when they make that decision, get trapped again, then they will come out again and say, they rigged us. It's because they rigged the election. They always rig the election. Meanwhile, it's a lie. They always have their preferences. If it is not PDP, it is not APC. You can bring any angelic political party around that time. They will reject them because they won't see money from them. That is why today, those state election that is about to happen, you can see them. They are gathering. PDP, they assemble governors. They like to bring in powerful people. They say they want to bring powerful people to Edo State to come and tell Edo people why PDP will do better because Obaseki is the governor. APC too, they gather their own thieves from across Nigeria. Gandollar lead them. So Gandollar will lead all other thieves, all other criminals from other parts of Nigeria that are not better than Edo. Whatever, you see those people who are coming to represent APC there, people who are coming to represent PDP in Edo, they are not coming to represent anything that has to do with Edo people at all. But what do I know? Edo people, most of them will choose between PDP and APC. And when one of them finally gets there and they start dealing with them, then they will turn around and say, you see, all these are our leaders. They are evil. We trusted them. We thought this is the same thing. They will go over it again. When another election is coming, you will see them again. They will tell you, my friend, it's not that easy. It's not how it works. It is how it works. You brought every poverty, every death, every underdevelopment, every cheating and looting they have committed against you. You brought them upon yourself. And it is time for you to know that there is a platform that will continue to tell you that. There is going to be a platform that will not agree with you, that your leaders alone are your problem, because you are about to start the journey already. Even you have started the journey already. 6 months ago, if you ask any Edo PDP member who was Obaseki, they will tell you Obaseki is a thief. Obaseki is Oshiomoles to G. 6 months ago, if you ask any APC member in Edo State, they will tell you PDP will never rule Edo State. PDP is a party of criminals. PDP is this and that. And they all believe in all these adjectives, right? All these narratives. But the moment their PDP and APC criminals switch side, like magic, you see the APC, they were telling you Obaseki was the best. We automatically start telling you Obaseki was the worst. The PDP members that told you APC they agree with us that APC a bunch of criminals, right? The moment Obaseki switched over, Obaseki and PDP began saying Obaseki was actually the best. It was the party. And that is why thieves will continue to decide how your lives are going to end. You can abuse me. I am used to that. Abuse me, attack me. But the truth is that you bunch of idiots They are divided yourself between these two criminal groups, and they continue to play on your foolishness to their own advantage, even though people like us are the easy target for you to abuse, because we are telling you about them, something you know, but you just don't want to see it that way. That's not how it works. You cannot stay abroad and be telling us how things work here. Yes, I can stay abroad and tell you how you are doing things, since that is how it will work. So that when you come back to lament about, they are this, they are that, look at them, this one boy is stole 2 billion. How can someone steal 10 billion? Because you gave them the license to steal. That is why the CEO of Babariga Mobile Banking, Gandollar of Kano, the same Gandollar, is coming to teach you about honesty, is coming to teach you about anti-corruption, is coming to tell you about probity, is coming to tell you about responsibility. A thief is coming, and it's not just coming, it's coming with others too. Listen to him. Gandollar of Kano, someone that should be in jail, is coming to Edo to come and liberate you in Edo. I know many of you who actually don't like APC right now. You feel like, yeah, and the rest of that because Obaseki is with you now. Remember, they were together before. Or everyone you see in this video now, those who you are going to see in this video now, they were with Obaseki before. They have the same ideology before. They believed that Obaseki was doing fine in Edo until he left them and joined those they said you must never give opportunity to again. Even the pastor, a thief, that is currently standing trial for stealing 700 million with other PDP leaders. You don't even know anymore who is PDP, who is APC. They just flow with the moment. Listen to this thief telling Edo people what they are going to do to Wike.
First of all, we know PDP made Wike their chairman. I assure you, we will isolate Wike in an isolation center. Yes. And before he recovers, the election is over. The PDP decided to accommodate our former governor in Edo State, not because they have anything common, not because they share some ideological feelings, but simply because he is managing the treasury of Edo State, and they want him to use that treasury in order to win the election. But I assure you, the people of Edo State are watching. They know that somebody who was assisted in 2016 to win an election, somebody who was given every cooperation to succeed in governance of Edo State without doing much to the people. At the end of it, he has taken the treasury and now handed it over to PDP in order to win election. The people of Edo State will not accept this treachery. The people of Edo State on the 19th September will come out in mercy and vote APC 100%, I assure you.
Someone from Kano is from Kano, thousands of kilometers away. But because it is Nigeria, he is telling the press what Edo people want. This wasn't in 6 months ago. 6 months ago, in their own fake criminal party too, Obaseki was the best. Everything was fine for 4 years until maybe 3-4 weeks ago. Now, why am I showing you that is this? The hawks are gathering. The vultures are gathering. They are not gathering in the interest of you, the real Benin Edo people. You have told, I've read it online, I've read it everywhere. Obaseki is who we want. We want to teach Godfatherism. How ignorant can you be, if I may ask you? So now you won't fight Godfatherism. And there is no other ways of destroying Godfatherism completely except to queue behind a beneficiary of Godfatherism, Abi. This is what Wike said in response to Gandollar. The hawks are gathering. Yeah? I will go into details after this. Listen.
Nobody can intimidate us for this election. Nobody can intimidate us for this election. Yesterday, I was told, and today I read on pages of newspaper that one governor, the governor of Kano State, Ayasu, he said is Gandollar. He said he was going to isolate me until the election is over. That tells you if Nigeria is supposed to be a country, who is supposed to be isolated? Who is supposed to be isolated? A man who pockets dollar in Bavaria from contractors is not isolated, and you say me will be isolated. You see, that's why I say this country, where are we heading to? Look at me. And somebody who puts dollar from left, right, in Bavaria from contractor is saying that I will be isolated. Let me assure you, why they made Gandollar the chairman of the campaign council is because of the dollar they saw. It's because of the dollar. But for the dollar, Gandollar will not have been made the chairman of the campaign council. But what they don't understand, that we, from the larger data, will chop the dollar and will chop him into a coma. So, Gandollar, your dollar will not work in Edo State.
Sorry, guys. Just laughing. That's the state governor in Nigeria. And in their own usual charlatan ways, you know. That's the mess. That's the mess of a country you have. That's a state governor. He said one governor. One governor, how did he pronounce that earlier? He referred to Gandollar, that one governor. He knows him is Gandollar of Kano. Well, he decided to just, you know, the typical Nigerian politicians way. They will just make you feel like they will use one person, one Maiyegun. You know how they write their press releases? They say one Maiyegun, one Showore. You know, say Maiyegun be Maiyegun, Showore be Showore. Which one is one? You know, say Gandollar be Gandollar. Just say Gandollar of Kano. We know who made the statement. But I played you those videos, the two videos, for a reason. I know so many of you are my followers on Maiyegun's Diary, and you are from Edo State. Reasonable, responsible, enlightened, and well-mannered people. You see, what you are facing in Edo State is what everyone is facing in every part of Nigeria, because it is a fake contraption. Politicians, they don't see, politicians don't see governance as anything that has to do with responsibility in Nigeria. They see it as a game. And when they win, they see the spoil of that game as their own entitlement. And they tend to want to expand, just like more or less like emperors and the rest of that. Elections in Nigeria, see, as worse as Nigeria is, as much as you go to some villages, you go to some places, and you will never believe they are part of Nigeria. They don't even know they are part of Nigeria. As terrible as so many other terrains in that country, no matter how bad or how far your village, ballot paper and ballot boxes go reach there. Even if electricity will not reach there. Even if good road will not reach there. Even if good schools are not going to be built there. Even if they are never going to build good houses for you there. Even if they are never going to actually secure you there or make you feel like you are part of them, election box, they will bring ballot box and ballot papers during election time. They will bring it to your village. You will be shocked to see how crafty and cunning the criminals handling Nigeria are. They know everywhere before they get to power. They know, they do. They know where to target. And during election time, they will tell you the kind of vote that comes from this so place in a particular local government, you will never believe it. But they will never remember those places whenever it's time to take a development there. Look at them. They didn't put committee together to help Edo State fight human trafficking. They didn't put, none of them, PDP, APC, they didn't put together committees to help Edo State fight economic downturn, which is actually affecting everybody. They didn't put together committees to help Edo State build the 21st century city that will be an envy to the rest of Nigeria. They didn't put committee together. But they put committees of thieves, scavengers, scroungers, pickpockets, who are veterans of looting from their different abode across the land. They put them together to come and talk to Edo people and say, listen, you either choose us or you choose them. Whichever way, now war, we'll go fight them and make sure say one of us keep this state. And we are going to need you to help us. Will you help us? And all of them will shout, yeah. That is what they are coming to do. Yes, that is what they are coming to do. And they are not going to succeed without you. But many of you are already waiting. You're already waiting, expecting them. You are expecting their thugs. Kabaka, that you know it's like Lagosians, eh? When you see any Lagosian that says MC Oluomo is just a thug, don't mind him. They know that MC Oluomo means a lot politically. As Lagos State, the Lagoon State is currently structured. That is an open truth. Same thing in Edo. So when they tell you, say, Edo no be Lagos, Edo no be Lagos, what they are telling you is that they prefer to choose their own godfathers. Lagos hasn't really much have many choices. But Godfather is still Godfather. You are still wallowing in the dragnet of APC, PDP. The same criminals. Those you are going to raise gun, those who are going to shoot you on the day of election for APC. Those who are going to shoot you on the day of election on behalf of PDP. After the election, you will begin to see them decamping over while your dead bodies are even yet to go cold. You will see them cross over again. Then you will now look at yourself. How foolish you have been, how ignorant you have been, and allowed yourself to be replayed again and again and again by the same set of people using the same, different, different disguises. It's obvious. It will end in tears. Let me be honest with you. Nobody see Obaseki don't turn Edo State to Dubai. You all know the truth. Obaseki is doing the best. Yes, you said the same thing when Oshiomhole was there. You were telling the whole world. It was bragging too. It was the best governor you've ever had. But you know the truth. You know the best. And you always choose what you think will work for you. But they are not putting things together to help anyone in Edo State. Both are interested in your own commonwealth. It is as simple as that. And you will let them have it because many of you are already waiting for that. When we talk about poverty spreading, and we talk about criminals waxing stronger, do not let us forget, we must never forget their own enablers. The enablers are the willing slaves who don't even know they are. And when I tell you that 21st century slavery is no longer about chains, it's no longer about whips, it's no longer about all these shackles and all of that. It is more of psychological manipulation that tells you that except you choose between these two, you've got no other choice. If you don't choose at all, someone will choose for you and you cannot fight it. This narrative is what has more or less sort of buried in many of us, that we continue to accept the worst as the option. And when they ask me, okay, Maiyegun, what is the option? The option is at first. Let us do it this way. First, you know that the current structure they have is in their interest. Let them fight themselves for it, with it. Let them destroy themselves with it. Do not join them in registering to vote anymore, because number one, the one you have never really counted. It is obvious now that it doesn't really matter anymore. As long as they have their INEC, they will continue to write the result according to those they want to write it for. And they will continue to use you as their validators. Because as long as you continue to register to vote, as long as you continue to go out there to queue and vote for them, the more you do that, the more validation you give to their rigging, even though you know that that is just formality. The real rigging begins from when they begin their collation. This is a general norm. This is the general consensus. When you begin to withdraw from them, then you will have the strength enough to gather to resist them. When I say resist them, you first reject what you are accepting now as alternative, as option. It will never end. It goes on and on and on and on. And 21 years in your lives can still continue to 201 years if care is not taken. And this is how it goes. That one is not possible in Nigeria. My friend, you see, our people are too poor to do this. Yes. And that is why they will continue to rule you. They will continue to loot you. And they will continue to destroy everything they touch. And you will continue to hustle through it. And God help your soul if you make it. And you you end up being counted among the 1 out of 1,000 that will make it out of that country. You may not know what the gap is, but for those who have enough intelligence to process that, they will tell you, if it would take just eternity for one to stand out of 1,000 in a population of 200 million, then you see the reason why more are poor and only few are managing and struggling within that. And a micro few are those who are super rich. You will understand that if you're able to process that. They are coming to Edo State. Same thing is happening in Ondo State. Look at Ondo State. The governor is APC. They said he didn't win election. They said they rigged the election for him. And who did they rig the election against? Eyitayo Jegede, who happened to be a PDP candidate. APC rigged PDP. Then, those who rigged the election for the governor, including the deputy governor, they became enemy of the governor. Somehow, luxurious boss, passed through their midst, and they came apart. Today, those who rigged the election for APC as APC, they've now decamped to PDP to go and become governor of PDP to fight against the APC governor that they rigged the election for 4 years ago. After serving in that government of that fraudulent election, because they come out to admit it. I didn't say it, by the way. No be me talking. Now waiting they talk at the repeat. Secretary to the state government resigned and said the governor Akeredolu didn't win election. They rigged the election for him. Deputy governor decamped to PDP and said they are done. They are those who are backing the governor. He has nothing, no political base or anything. Those who are with him are only with him because of the money they are getting, right? So they decamped to PDP, the party they rigged the election against. The party probably they made you believe that Ondo people voted for, but APC rigged you out, gave your victory to someone else. Those who did that they come out boldly to say we rigged the election. Yes, we rigged the election for him. He didn't win 4 years after. But guess what? They are already being welcomed back with an open arm in PDP because they are esprit de corps. There's no difference between them. You are their own chess. I mean, you are the pawn on their chess table. PDP, they say PDP won. PDP could have won, but they used their power to rig for APC. 4 years after, they are no longer with the man they rigged for. They are back to the people they rigged out. Now, this time around, they want to be the leader of that people they rigged to fight the one they rigged the election for. And Ondo people are already on this part. PDP, APC, already. With this open confession from these open criminals. So if I call them criminals, you may be offended. But I'm being honest. That's what I'm doing. I'm just being honest. They are criminals. Open confession of rigging millions of elections against millions of people is a felony. They shouldn't be in any public office. They shouldn't be working free. People should be resigning right now. I mean, including those who conducted the election, but not in Nigeria. So why should you then take sides? Some of you are already backing the governor. He's doing for us. He's working well. He's our governor. He's our son. He's from our town. Others are already saying, yes, it's true. They rigged the election that time. We remember. So thank you very much for telling us. Okay, come to us. Let us fight him so that at least we can do something and send him away. Okay, yeah. So at the end of the day, if the deputy governor becomes the governor, that means the people who rigged you 4 years ago, you have finally given the power to them to compensate them for rigging you out 4 years ago. This is what you are dealing with. This is what you are dealing with. And you will see people, intelligent people. They say they are intelligent, educated. They will be sitting down. They will be discussing politics, analyzing. Which political analysis are you? By not saying it exactly the way it is, tell them. They are a bunch of rogues. You don't tell people using your media to tell your viewers that it's the right decision. You say, and you want me to come on social media and start backing you up with that fake political analysis they are showing you on your TV in Nigeria? Does that make any sense? Criminals are being given airtime on social, on your TV to come and justify their criminality so that you can clap for them because they can turn it around and say, we are doing it for you. We just want to help you. How can a criminal help me? You stole from me. You enjoy what you stole from me for 4 years. After you enjoyed it for 4 years, you now turn around and say, listen, come. You see, now true say now we steal your thing that time, But if you want more fight now, that thing deal with that guy. Okay, now in the keep him. But now we help him steal him that time. So join me, more collect him, so I go hold him for you. How about that? And you're like, yeah, thank you, Jare. Thank you for helping me. That's what they are doing to you. That's exactly what they are doing to you. Every time they present them to you, APC, PDP, and you come on social media, you want to sound like you are intelligent, you want to sound like you are educated, you want to make it look like with that your John Dice myopic, view or understanding as they have made you be. You want us to accept that. There is no other way. Maiyegun, we can talk from today to tomorrow. I know, and you are not alone. You are many who believe that since they have told you there is no other way, and your little brain says there is no other way. And unfortunately, people like that are in a mass number. So whenever the politicians in Nigeria bring up their drama, these are the people you will find on both divide because they believe there is no other way. And they will do every goddamn thing to justify that there is no other way. No other way. Only PDP, only APC. But when they now made all those choices, they choose between them and they go back to square zero. They want to turn around and say, we wish something can just wipe out APC and PDP, forgetting the fact that they are the fuel. They are the fuel that APC, PDP are using to live in every state they control. So when they say APC wicked, are you telling me that we don't have a PDP controlled states? I'm not going to even go down with, let's even leave the issue of Abuja now. PDP wicked, APC now wicked party. The same thing I tell you all the time, Abi. So they are now making you choose between the two devils. They say all that matter is that everyone is a thief. That is a general common balance that you say, general, we are all thieves. Now only person with their catch no be thief. So when you know you are all thieves, there shouldn't be any expectation. Maybe there is none anyway. There shouldn't be any expectation from your leaders because you elected thieves. That's what happened. PDP, APC, the same two sides of the same coin. We have APC states, we have PDP states. You have PDP state controlled by PDP House of Assembly. You have APC state controlled by APC Assembly. Nobody say you will go to a PDP state too. In America, they have the Democrat state. They have the Republican state. They can tell you what you will find in Republican state, and they'll give you their names. They can tell you what you can find in a Democrat control state, and then what you can easily choose. Oh, if you are someone who is so politically conscious, you can choose where you want to live in America simply because of your political ideology. And say, hey, I don't want to be a Democrat. I don't like the Republican ideology. I'd rather stay in the... So that's how America is structured, though. In Nigeria, you have PDP state. You have APC state. Oh boy, no difference. No difference. Wherever you go, all not same. You want 24 hours electricity? Aha. Okay, find one. Where you can find one in Nigeria. Or you want a properly working social welfare system that includes Medicare for all in a way that is even much accessible, education for all, with good standard public schools all across their states. None. So why have you chosen to then say your PDP is better than APC, APC is better than PDP? Simply because the only thing you have to tell about them, right, is how much money they stole from you, not how much difference your life or their state or the life of the state they control differs. Tell me about that. How the life of those who live in APC states, how their lives are better than those who live in PDP states. Let me check them, because sometimes we may need some data to back ourselves up. So, PDP and APC controlled states in Nigeria. Control. So I'll bring up the names now so that I can give you a little bit head up so that you will have an idea what I'm asking you, maybe to make sense. Let's see if I can get the list here. Right. So these are the states PDP controls in Nigeria. You have Akwa Ibom, you have Abia State, you have Delta State, Rivers State, Taraba State, Enugu State, Cross River, Ebonyi, Benue, Oyo, Sokoto, Bauchi, Adamawa, Zamfara, Bayelsa, and now Edo State. That's Obaseki has crossed to PDP. So PDP control 16 states, or there are about 17 states now in Nigeria. 17. That's PDP. So the rest are APC controlled states. So what can you say you want to see in a modern country or a modern society that you can say, well, there's one single state that has it all after 21 years of civilian rule? But it's never about them. It's never about those developments. Everyone can come before you and speak grammar, speak this, speak that. But my brothers and sisters, you don't need grammar if you develop your land. Trust me, you don't. We will see them. And the question I keep asking is, PDP was better. I said, okay, does that mean that all the good hospitals, the good schools, the good roads, the good jobs, the industrialization, the electricity 24/7 that PDP built for 16 years were just destroyed from May 29, 2015? You know that you have always been managing. You have always been adapting. You have always been trying to cope. Every time a new government comes in, they dash your hope. You readjust to their new style. You just try to cope. It's just that of Bukwari just seems to be direct and too fast. It took PDP 16 years before you got tired of them. But it only took you just about a year for everyone to begin to get pissed about APC and the rest of them. So there is nothing left to be cared about or to be cared for in Nigeria anymore. Every fight you put up, every fight you try to put up, or every defense you put up for Nigeria, yeah, is disappointing. Let me be honest with you. It is disappointing. It is sad, but it is the truth as well, right? Every defense or every time you try to defend Nigeria, what you are doing is that you are validating the rent of these opportunists, of these scavengers that they call themselves political leaders from every part of the country, be it Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, or wherever they come from. They are the rent seekers. They are the scavengers, the tax collectors, the forceful criminal tax collectors from you. Who cares no hoot about you? And the best way to actually the best way to actually end their rent, rather, is to begin to detach yourselves from them. You can register to vote, and you know this very well. Their INEC, number one, will refuse to print your voter's card. Number two, when they finally print your voter's card, you will either pay to get it, or they will ship it to a far, far, far away state from your location, and at the end of the day, just to disenfranchise you. Then if you manage to finally get your voter's card, their paid thugs, including their own other thugs they give money to come and induce you, to come and entice you, so that you can vote for them. If those ones fail, their paid armed thugs will begin shooting, or in fact destroy the election if they are losing in your own units. This is the mess they have made of all that beautiful opportunity of choosing who should lead you. And that is why you should never bother yourself anymore. What they are doing is that they are telling you that half bread is better than none. But what they are not telling you is that the day you stop listening to them, the day you stop agreeing with them, the day you stop taking side in their elections, will be the day they will begin to lose power over you. It will be the day you will see their other side. Then you begin to realize that they will be more scared of what you are capable of doing because if more of you no longer has interest anymore. And that should be the beginning. You shouldn't get yourself killed for them. Call your parents, call your brothers, call your sisters who are currently warming up to participate in all the charm elections they are putting up for you. Call them now. Send them this video. Let them watch this. It is not worth it, even though they are lying to you that they are doing it for you, but it is the season. And whenever they are in that season, they will use every trick in the book, including the current situation, right, to hoodwink you. It's the same thing, okay? At the end of the day, the same people will tell you the reason why they left APC was, if Obaseki win again, it will tell you that the reason why he left APC was because of Oshiomhole. Now, Edo people has given him more power now. Then before you know it, he will go and pledge his allegiance to the same APC that some of you are going to get killed for trying to fight and stop in Edo State. This is what they do. Kabaka is APC thug and so many others in Edo. I don't know Obaseki thugs, but I know he has them in abundance too. Now, they are bringing in external thugs that will come in and wreak havoc in Edo State. They don't live in Edo State. Many of them never visited Edo State in their lives. But they are coming for one purpose and purpose alone, to ensure that their own master win. And anybody who stand on their way should be what? Should be gunned down. We saw Kogi election. Listen, social media can give you the vibe. Social media can give you the voice. Social media can let you, give you the opportunity to present things like I am doing right now. But there are something that are not real. Social media is not as the same as the real life event. We can dramatize it. We can act it up to make a presentation, but when it comes to the reality, my brothers and sisters, in all sincerity, and I mean, Kogi election is enough to tell you that these guys no longer care about how you feel or how you're going to react. It doesn't matter anymore. Record the video, capture it every now and then. It doesn't matter anymore. They will have their way and they will tell you to go to court. And when you get to their court, who do you meet there? You will meet their tanko technicality, the plane driver, your what's it again? Chief Justice of Nigeria, is it? CJN. Tanko technicality, Babalawo Ife. You will meet them there. There are many. There are many tankos everywhere. They are waiting for you. They put them there purposely for election reason. So this is the country they have forced on you. And whenever they rig you out at the end of the day, they will dare you to protest it. They will dare you to try anything out. That is how confident they are. A whole state governor, they can punch him into the box. You see what Gandollar said there? It is a dog whistle. They are coming. And when they say they are coming, trust me, those of you who are going to stop them, you will stop them because you don't want them to take it away from Obaseki and give it to Yamu. Right? At the end of the day, Maiyegun will be here to tell you that whoever they give the loot to or they give the boot to, right, it's never going to be in your own interest. Wike is mobilizing the Niger Delta. I said, in Niger Delta, they know they just chop the dollar. They will put those Gandollar will be bringing. They will put them in comma. Comma means if you no die, you are lucky. You go stay comma. And by the time you wake up, the election will be over. Gandollar said they are going to put Wike in isolation center so that by the time the election is over, Wike, APC would have won and Wike will be gone. These are the people coming to tell you about how they are going to make Edo State better. Does any of this portend any good thing? They are not coming to support or do anything for you. Maiyegun, what do you want us to do now? As if to say you will listen. You want to listen to me, Abi? If you are from Edo State, if you ask me a question that, okay, what should we do now? Maiyegun, the election is September. Must you participate? Must you? But if we don't participate, APC will rig and win. Do you think Obaseki no get his own talk? He no get the people weighing the pay? We go change the result for him as well. Do you really think going there to help them stand and shout and do this, No wahala. You will do what you will do. But if you ask for my own honest opinion, must you participate in a bloody rivalry they called election? That is not an election. You know it is not. Strange faces will begin to be imported into Edo State now. Strange faces. Because of waiting. Because they want to rule Edo State. You, Edo people. God help you. Ondo, which is so closer to me. Sorry, is there anyone there causing any trouble? Guys, I do realize that, but can you just drop the name of that our friend that is causing trouble so that we can take care of that before we go today? If you can do that, that would be very great. Just mention that our person that is causing trouble or who is becoming a nuisance on the broadcast there so that we can get rid of that person. Thank you. Ondo State, for the first time in a long time, they say the whole of Akure no even get lights. They don't get street lights. Things are working at a speedy retrogression, even though the governor Nasan, they say a family business that they run for Ondo State. That is what his political enemies, because that's what they say, my political enemies. So his political enemies, that's what they told us. They said, Arakunrin Akeredolu is running a family government in Edo. In Ondo. Therefore, they can no longer allow him to continue like that, even though he stole the election. The governor said, now his enemy at work. His former friends are now his political enemies. Yeah. no permanent enemy, no permanent friend, rubbish. They always say to themselves, na lie. Governor will declare 6 days ago or 7 days ago that he had COVID-19. And 3 days ago, his deputy told him that you need to hand over to me in 21 days if you don't recover from coronavirus. Immediately, Arakunin heard that. Baba will be say, Narogedi himself quickly declare himself negative. Like, he became negative of COVID-19 within a week. That was miraculous, by the way. It's asymptomatic as well, so which means it's not showing any symptom and all that. But Baba quickly recovered. And immediately, they began the process of impeaching the deputy governor. But unfortunately, I think they will need 18 members to do that. But they only have 16 members. And the speaker can't vote because you have to be the presiding officer. Akeredolu gathered 14 members of his loyal to him, House of Assembly members, took them to Abuja, picked the APC form, and said he was running for second term, while his deputy decamped to PDP. Funny enough, they have told us now that it was going to be PDP versus APC again in Ondo State, and we are going to be glad to watch the drama. But what we haven't been told, like Edo, is that they haven't constituted the committee that will come and tell you how they are going to fix your state. Election materials. That's how wicked they are. Election materials will get to your village, but development will take 100 years before even like smelling, if it will ever smell your village. You young people, ask yourselves, why did it take so long for people to begin to speak up? Why did it take so long that people were so silent and, sort of they get adapted to that rubbish for so long? And when you ask that question, ask yourself now too, that why am I not speaking up too? The reason why things gone bad that much is because at some point in their lives, those you see as old people today, all those 57, 60 years old, 50 years old, and the rest of them, things went so bad for all these years because they chose to. So if you ask them, why are things this bad? It's because they kept quiet for so long. It will continue if you keep quiet too. And that is why you should speak up. You see, withdraw yourselves from them. Withdraw yourselves from them. And when I say drop that emotional attachment to them, once you manage to cut that crap with them, and they no longer look like what they look to you now, then the healing, then the process of dismantling them will begin to gather storm. And when you talk about who are those who are going to lead, let me be honest with you. Some of those criminals you know today, save for few of them who were working as stooges for the criminals of yesterday, many of them, you didn't know them yesterday. Your true leaders will be found among you the moment you find a common ground, the moment you find a common purpose, the moment you are united and say, well, listen, there is no north, there is no south, there is no east, there is no west. According to the criminals who are currently in charge of Nigeria, what they have is the poor versus the rich. But the rich will only remain rich as long as they keep the poor poor. And in the process, throwing them handouts that make it look like they are helping them. If they can continue with that, they will have no reason to worry about them being rich. They will continue to replace themselves too. But the day you stop, the day you tell them, no, we are stopping. From my village, we are stopping. From my town, we are stopping them. From my schools, we are stopping them. From my workplaces, I'm going to start talking about this. We will stop there. And it starts with the conversation on, let us break up that place. When we break it up, one Gandollar will not come from Kano. One Gangwere will not come from Sokoto and come to my hometown in Odogbolu, or come to my own land in Ogun State and tell me what they are going to do in my state politically. We can stop that. Let the conversation begin first. Until then, yours truly, Maiyegun General, will continue to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat myself until it becomes your anthem. The anthem will be, let us break it up and save lives. We can deal with all these political usurpers, political criminals in Yoruba land, especially in your own region in particular as well. Guess what? When you deal with them, we deal with us. Before you know it, we will raise the army that will replace them. It is a long one, but the psychological part of it is what we have to start dismantling first. Detach yourselves. Leave them with their war they call election. Stop participating in them. You can tell yourselves otherwise, but you will always come back in tears. No matter how much you think you can actually, you know them. No matter how much confidence you put in them, it will always end in tears. Everyone will still love to keep that one Nigeria. As passionate as you are, is how teary, or how warm or hot your tears will end. It is not a cause. Nigeria is made to disappoint you. Nigeria is made to destroy you. You see, those who have managed to get the code and join the looting gang, they are those that will tell you Nigeria is the greatest country. Why won't it be? Why won't it be? When they have access to the free money. And the rest, the 200 million people there, dare not question them. What does that tell you? It tells you, rather than have a country, you are living in a slave camp. And until you resist it, until you begin to reject every other ideology they have forced on you, until you begin to push back the political ideology they are telling you is the right thing, until you psychologically begin to dismantle those ideology, they will continue to come back in different shapes, forms, and disguises. And Maiyegun, yours truly, will continue to come back here to remind you that until you stop, they won't stop. Until you stop, they will not stop. And until then, I'll see you again when I see you. Good afternoon. Thank you very much. Alexa, turn it up to 7.
Election where them do, but still they wait for the change. All the promise when they make, they gonna be like sin and fake. Where the money, where the food, everybody money. Since you gonna kiss and play,
I'm tired to complain.
I see the part where you be good. Nothing like you can give to you. 97% to 5%. I'll be put like president. The whole Nigeria with sentiment. I take your office to revenge. Fire now, all of